Hi everyone, my name is Parkanyi from Intland Academy, and today we'll introduce Intland's all-in-one solution for pharmaceutical project validation and quality management. This is going to be an interactive hands-on session where I'll be joined by Anita Nemes-Solymosi, my colleague at Intland, who's an implementation consultant, specialized on the pharma industry. Before joining Intland a year ago, Anita worked in several huge pharma projects as a validation expert. It was on these projects that she first implemented Intland's products and experienced firsthand the benefits that come with the digitalization of validation processes. With customers like Roche, CSL Behring, and Hungary's Gedeon Richter already on board, it might be time for you to consider checking out our solution as well. But first off, what's GAMP? It stands for Good Automated Manufacturing Practice Guidelines, and it is a standard applied by pharma developers, system integrators, and suppliers to manage their collaborative projects. By using our solution, you can easily prove your compliance for the auditors and the management with a comprehensive overview of your project's history. You can reduce project duration, and so it can effectively cut project-related costs. The digital workspace provided by Retina will boost collaboration between local and remote teams to ensure a successful project completion. We recommend this solution to pharma companies who have complex internal validation procedures, system integrators providing services for pharma producers, and suppliers of automated systems for the pharma industry. In today's business case-based hands-on demonstration, you will gain insight into the digitalized validation and verification procedure of a pharmaceutical company. Anita and I will guide you through the definition of user requirements and will break them down into corresponding functional requirements. After the approval of requirements, the creation and execution of installation test protocols may commence. Approvals will be authorized by an FDA-compliant approval procedure. So, Anita, welcome to the video. How are you doing?
Hello, Greg. Thank you very much for the introduction. I would like to ask you today to be a subcontractor in a pharma development workspace.
Sure.
Okay, and the content of this project describes a vessel implementation process and the relating testing procedure. Earlier, I have shared user requirements with you, and now you must be ready with the functional requirements. But are you ready?
Yes, I am, and let me share my screen with you so I can prove it. So here is the Word file we spoke about. It contains the functional requirement specifications of pharmaceutical vessels, containers for liquids. They're made of stainless steel, high quality, and here you find some installation pictures and the description of the main functions, some calculations on the material, and so on.
Perfect. I really like this specification, so please upload it to the proper place within Retina. I would share with you the place where you should upload your requirements. So first of all, let me share this place with you.
Anita, I've received an email from you in which there's a direct link to Retina. Here it is. I'm sharing it on my screen. And as I click, it opens up a new tab on my browser, which I can share as well. It takes me directly to the document tracker. And here, all I need to do is hit Add the Documents and select the document to upload. This file is the functional specification that I shared with you earlier. Click Save.
Really good, thank you. So first of all, please send it for approval for me because I would review this document within Retina as well.
No problem. Here you can see the status. It's currently on draft. I'm going to do a drop down and click Request Approval.
Really good. I can see the status has been changed. So let me just share my screen and show you how it looks like to review this document. So as you can see on my page, there are several documents within my documents tracker, but I have to review this one. So this is going to be an FDA compliant review with my username and with my password. So first of all, let me just insert my password to the proper place. And I can select the role which I would participate with within this review. So I would choose this process owner role and then approve it. And as you can see on the page, the version has been changed and the status as well.
Anita, is there a way for you to easily send this information over to a tracker within Retina?
Of course, today I would like to collaborate within a tracker with you. So right now, what I have to do is to open up this document within Retina, and then I can select the option to send this document to a requirement type tracker. So as you can see on this page, I can select the proper workspace from the drop-down menu, and I can select the tracker as well. This time I would choose the functional specification, and by clicking on next, I can see a preview of the whole insertable document. So as you can see, there are different headings and chapters that I can easily select. I can decide to hide some of these headers, but right now I would use the whole document as an inserted specification. So let me just finish the inserting, and as you can see, the whole functional specification is in my functional specification tracker.
Anita, now we have the requirements, the functional requirements in the appropriate tracker. Can you show us how to link the functional requirement to its corresponding user requirement specification to provide the end-to-end traceability?
Yes, sure. In pharmaceutical industry, it is often critical to show the traceability properly. But right now, if I have the ability to link the proper requirements together, I can show you at the end the traceability as well. So right now, what I have to do is to link one of my user requirements to my functional requirement. So for example, I would choose one from this list. Okay, and then I just set the proper requirement and then close it. So as you can see, yes, it was really easy. My requirement updated as well, so it shows the associated user requirement. Right now, this functional specification could be approved as well, but I wouldn't like to do it because I showed you previously how to review with my FDA compliant signature a document. So it's really the similar, and I would show you right now how to create a test case related to this functional requirement. So as you can see, there is a drop-down menu where I can create a new installation qualification test case to this functional item. I can give it a descriptive name. So this was a structural description functional requirement, and it's gonna be structural test protocol, for example.
Sounds good.
And then I can give a description as well, but I wouldn't like to because it's not a mandatory thing. I can define the pre-action, what should happen before running my test execution. For example, check the design elements. And the post-action could be defined as well. So what should happen after my test execution? Check the screenshots related to the test execution. I can define test parameters as well, but right now I wouldn't like to. I would create several test steps which should be executed within my test run. As you can see on the right side of the page, there are previously created test cases which could be reused within this test run. So for example, I can select these test steps, and with an easy drag and drop, I can reuse it again within my execution right now. So as you can see, my test steps was copied from the proper place. I added reactions previously, or actions, additional actions. So this was why it appeared on the page. But I deleted them, and these are the proper test steps which will be used within my test execution.
That's great.
Okay, so the next step is to save my, my installation qualification test protocol item. And then let me show you how does it look like to create a test run. So as you can see, related to this functional requirement item, in the downstream references field, you can find this installation qualification test protocol. By clicking on this item, I can create a new test run. So let me just show you how does it look like. This is the test run creation window. I can define several things based on the configuration. So for example, the test configurations, the assigned to members, the approvals, the acceptance reference, and so on. But right now I would just save it. And let me just run this test. The test runner window appears on my page. And as you can see, the expected results shows up properly. And I can define the actual result as well. Or I have the possibility to just pass the step and then it copied to the proper place. So I don't have to define it again. It copies the expected result to the actual result field.
That's convenient.
Yes. What is a really big advantage is that you can upload several files, for example. You can upload documents to this test step, different screenshots that could be reviewed within this test execution. You can fail the step as well, so you can report a bug if you have any issues while running your test execution, and you can block your test, so you can rerun this test and you can run those steps which were blocked previously. Right now, I just pass all the steps. This is the most positive end of the test run. I can write a conclusion at the end. So the test run properly, and let's save it. And as you can see, the results could be visualized on my page in a detailed view. So I can open up this window and you can visualize the results of the test run. You can check the actual results as well, and you can see the diagram related to the results of this test. So these could be also visualized in a proper way. And what is a very big advantage related to this test run is that you can create a test run's approval item, so you can review your executed test run with your electronic signature.
Let me volunteer to be an approver here.
Yes, I would ask you to just join to this review. I would like to ask you to be the reviewer of this item, and at the end we will see how does it look like to visualize the FDA compliant signature related to this test run. So in my test run approval, let me just define the name of this approval item. So structural test acceptance. And then I can define the tester. So I was the tester. I'm going to sign it with my electronic signature. So I can insert my username into this field. And then I would ask you, Greg, to review and approve it with your electronic signature after I approved it with my signature as well. Okay?
Sounds good, yes.
Really good. And because of the traceability, I have to specify the related test case as well. So the structural test protocol should be here to have a good traceability at the end. Mm-hmm. The description is going to be the result of the test. So for example, I can write it was a past test execution. And then I can save it. Perfect. Right now, I can open it up in my test runs approval tracker. So here is my structural test acceptance item. The related test protocol could be found in the subject field, and all the additional information are here that I define it properly. And then let me just change the status of the item. So verify and sign as a tester. So I would sign it with my electronic signature, my username, and my password. I can choose the role as well. So process owner is perfect. And I'm approving it right now. So Greg, could you please review it and approve it with your electronic signature?
I'm gonna do that happily.
Thank you.
So here's my approver view on the screen. And at the top, we can see I have waiting for review test run. It was submitted by you, Anita Nemes-Solymosi, modified by you, and it's today's date. So that's definitely the one I need to change. And as I hit the drop down and click review, I am prompted for my user account name and password. So that would be username, password, and of course, I'd like to approve it. Hooray, it's successfully approved.
Yes, thank you very much. So please open up this item. And on the reviews page on the top of the screen,
yes,
you can find the history of the review. Yes, there you go.
Very nice. I was also checking out the timeline where we can see the changes in the status.
Yes, but if you open the votes on the right side of the page, you can see the date and the reviewer as well, and the status of the item.
Very nice. Absolute traceability and control.
Absolutely, and the tester signatures could be visualized as well. So if you open that one up,
you mean
on the right side of
tester?
the page,
yep.
Yes, my name is also there.
Okay, wonderful, brilliant. Is there anything left in this process?
I think the best part should be on our screen right now. So let me just show you the traceability at the end of the process. I think it's the most important part of our process, because the traceability is the most difficult process. Sometimes pharmaceutical companies try to show their traceability matrix on a paper-based mode or in an Excel sheet, but unfortunately, the up-to-date information could not be visualized properly. They have to update these traceabilities day by day, and Retina is a very good option to show these data in a very automated way. You don't have any hassle or pain when it comes to the automated traceability and the exportable traceability at the end of your processes. So Greg, as a QA leader right now, I think you are curious about the Traceability Browser. So I would ask you to open it up. Yeah.
Okay.
So I would ask you to open it up in Retina. Let's close this window. And below the tools, as you can find, there is a Traceability Browser option.
Right there.
And okay, I have created a preset before this demonstration. So by clicking on Load Manage Presets, there is an option, the last option, to visualize our items within a traceability browser. So the user requirements, the functional specifications, the installation test cases, and the test runs approvals. The filtering option has been added as well. So those ones are listed within the traceability, which has a downstream reference within Retina.
And this second one is ours, isn't it?
Yes, as we can see, it's covered by test cases or test case and the test run approvals as well. So you can visualize properly your whole process within the system. Which is a very big advantage is that you can export this traceability as well. So if you need to hand it over on a paper-based mode or in an Excel sheet, for example, for your managers, you can do it easily by clicking on Export to Office. And as you can see, Microsoft Excel or Microsoft Word could be selected. It's a really easy export option within the system.
Anita, is there any other browser that could help our users and customers?
Yeah, sure. There are several browsers below the tools. So as you can see, there is a test coverage and the requirements coverage as well. Right now, I would recommend the requirement coverage to check the coverage of our functional specifications. So please just select the proper requirements on the top of the page. As you can see right now is the 21 CFR tracker is selected, but if you change it on the top of the page to the functional specifications, you can visualize the requirements coverage below the page.
Here it is, the one past test case it must be, but let's make sure. So we start drilling, and then here we'll find the structural description, and we can see the past test case. And you were the one who executed the test, which is true.
Yes,
to this date.
Yes, really good. It's a really nice overview, I think, of the whole process. So not just the test could be visualized, but the related requirements and the test cases as well.
Thank you. This looks awesome. Anita, thank you very much for sharing your insights into the pharmaceutical validation process with us and with our viewers. I hope we'll get a chance to talk again. There are many more subjects we could cover. And again, it was a pleasure having you in this video.
Thank you very much.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.